At one point, though, with all of the gang stalking, the attacks were coming from so many different places. They never wanted you to know directly who it was coming from. But your experience with Archon, I was speaking about Abby Normal, actually put me through an experience earlier today, and I saw an Archon just like from that movie where you're actually watching Archons, and the only person who can see it is that chef that's in the kitchen, and he's watching the Archons, walk around. I actually had one brush up behind me, and these Archons, they've actually got memory of us, because we are sovereign beings unless we're overtaken by another energy. Like, if you speak to any energy dowser, like abuse, power and control, everything like that, demonic depossession changes everything. I just do a mass demonic depossession. I did a massive one for where I am. I did a huge one today. Do I get on camera and do I do all that? No, because I don't need to do it on camera to be doing God's work. I don't. Why am I talking about it? Yeah. I just go about and I do my work. But when you see that there's an issue, and as a healer, you've got to do something about it. So you do it. A lot of us have had soul fragmentation, and it's actually been quite purpose-built. We've got to thank the Archons in many ways, because they put us through this intense. It is intense when you actually recognize what it is. And they'll work through the people around you that aren't sovereign within themselves. And I've found people who should care, cold and unfeeling, and just, really working. But it's powers and principalities, it's not people when you get to certain levels, I think, in spirituality, which is fine. I mean, calling your team, you're backed. You are spiritually backed. And, I think people try to play on, the disorganized thing. Well, yeah, I guess you've got to get on top of organization. And a cluttered house represents a cluttered mind. But it also represents the trauma that you've been through and that you've healed through. So as you notice, everything else getting cleaner and, nicer around you, it shouldn't lose your friends. Some people are really opinionated little twats, and then they get up saying everybody talks about me and everybody's, coming for me. And it's like, well, no, actually, everything's a mirror, because someone who I really liked and was just trying to give genuine kindness to has been influenced by my Archon group and pushed back on me, And it's like I was in a live and an energy signature that I recognize. I'd recognize it anywhere because it's a rude energy signature. It's like oh, woe is me. And I just seriously, I don't mean to be cold and unfeeling, but if anybody comes into any of my lives or things like that and wants to drop negativity, it's like, no, leave that at the door. Don't bring me down, because you can't. I've had it. And I noticed it happening in this, made me a moderator for the live. So I guess I could have kicked this person out. This person's been sane. And you love them dearly anyway. Love, forgiveness, and let's get through it. stop your crap. It's just really disappointing. Just the blocks. Recent confirmation, you're alive. This is real life. You are not in a fairy tale. It's real life. I just want to say thank you to somebody who actually lights up my life and said that to me. Said that to a lot of us. Said it on his channel and said, you are alive. This is real life. You're not in a fairy tale. It's real life. Well, I was in illusion, so thank you for saying that. You've got no idea how much, like, whoa, gates flew open. And I was like, yep, there's somebody real. There's somebody real who I believe follows the law of one. I follow the law of one because I do no harm can come against me. And that's just full stop. When you walk with the law of one, when you are in the law of one, and if everything's, where I'm pretty happy to bow down to the pharaohs because I've got memory of past life in Egypt. I've got memory of galactic times and who we are. Like it's not something I offer as one of my services at the moment because I know all the trips and traps that are actually on my stargates. But I do know one thing for sure. It's actually known who we are by certain beings on this planet before we arrive. And those that are coming in on the days of number 11s, number 22s, and number 33s, they know. And there's been special blocks and special fuckeries put on our lives to try to, keep us in place. And you can have these people that are well-seasoned salespeople, actually, that don't just... I think they're out of touch, to be honest, but they can say, oh, it's all just falsity and number 11 is actually just number 2. Yeah, maybe. I personally know heaps of people who are master numbers, and I love them all. I got gratitude for them. I do see them stuck in certain positions in life. And a lot of us get trapped up in certain spots, positions for a long time. I did get told by someone I love dearly that I will walk many paths in one life, and that they have. And I guess I have to a point, but my stagnation's gone on too long where I am at the moment. Courtship. Toil and labour over this courtship. Marriage. Do you believe in marriage? Yeah, let's get the government involved in our love. Loose change. Yeah, that's kind of what you've been screwed with. Loose change. And your energy creates empires. And they have built empires with it. And the imbalance in the inversion has just been so great that there's nowhere to go but up. Some of us have had things shut down on us by corporations. We get shadow banned on sites. And why is it? Because in 2020, we were some of the first people to stand up and say the fear that these guys are perpetuating within our bodies isn't natural, it's not right. There's something wrong. And we were right. We were all right to have known that, and not run around and really to have gotten up out of your seat at that point where they were showing us some crazy stuff on TV, and to just go, nah, this isn't right. There's something wrong. Like, you may have sat in it for a couple of days, but your little mind ticks over. Why? Because you've been gaslit all your life. And it never sent you crazy. It just made you go, why? Because that's what people who are bringing the new earth in can do. And they're not going to be gaslit by, say, I had some people who are considered like real spiritual people in this inversion timeline. And maybe they are, but they tried to gaslight me about who I was. And I was like, I know who I am. Yeah, no, you got it wrong. You know, and you'd only have to look at my birth chart to be able to say, oh, you got it wrong. But is this birth chart the one that we run off, or do we run off Vedic astrology or normal astrology? Or do we run off life path numbers? Or do we run off our DNA, like actually tapping into our DNA and getting the information from there? I think getting peripheral vision tested, where you're looking at lights on a screen, like you just had your soul invaded, and may there be a corrupted file that was, because it was unjustly taken, like it was all agreed to, but it was like with the old world rules of the Piscean Age of Darkness of we're just testing peripheral vision, but we're actually looking into the depths of your soul by, you know, looking at the back of your eye and taking photographs and getting you to, you know, just input all of your DNA into this system. So I call judgment on being fooled and request that file is corrupted and no good to anybody who tries to use it for unjust reasons. And give the warning out again. Yeah, I might sound crazy, but who wants you? What do we need to test our peripheral vision for? When have they ever needed that before? What's it going to do? Does it test glaucoma? Because I'm pretty sure they do that on another test. Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? I've still got to say about these guys. I can't now, can I? Because, yeah. Yeah, that's who I am. Sometimes a little bit clumsy. But family, get on board. Go get yourself some glasses. The code, or just click on the link, or use the code and get yourself 50% off your glasses. They're excellent. Like, I wasn't so sure about ordering online. Now that I've done it once, I'll be doing it again and again and again because it's awesome. Yeah. And besides, you could buy 3 pairs for the price of what you'd get one for normally, and then, or depending on what part of the world you're in, and just test them all. You know, I was even tempted to go for something other than black rim and get like a different color, and I was like, maybe next time. Shadow side, moon, the dark night. Oh, we're in the full moon energies at the moment, so protect your energy. You've had full
Here
moon
I am
magic
being jovial, joking about it
decades.
because I knew I'd broken through, that it was becoming ineffective on me. They turned up to my house and did it this time, and I've got the footage to prove it. I'm not alone. This is happening to so many of us.
Now that it's not working in the ways that it used to for these people, do you reckon they just stop? No, doesn't heed any warning. Just seriously,
Here I am,
right in the
recording
coattails of this
the
magic
weekend
carpet.
before the full moon. And that's evidenced by, I've got it up on other platforms. I knew spiritually I had overcome the magic that was getting put on me to block my life. And then they've come to my front door to make sure it worked this time because it was becoming ineffective. They're doing it on my corner. This is God's miracle for me.
Third eye, clarity. Present, abundant, gratitude. Maybe these people, though, what is it for these people who continue with the full, they can have a party, an external party. They're looking quite fancy, kind of that, you can't sit with us, bitch. I don't want to sit with you, bitch. Anyway. Oh, is that the masculine? But I even think that comfort zone, south node, clinging, I was never even really allowed to get comfortable in my south node because that was Capricorn. So being chemistry, alchemy, ancestor guides. Oh yeah, like kissing me cousins and stuff. We always used to say that beautiful people from Tassie were up to all incestuous stuff, but let's face the truth. If your cousin's hot, your cousin's hot. I'm not going to hate myself for it forever, for thinking he was gorgeous. But then you recognise that you know people from other lifetimes. That's weird. And they're our family, and we were married to some of them, and like some of them are our kids now, or some of them are our cousins now, or some of them are like your mum's, your old partner from years ago that hates you. You know, like. What else are we pulling out? Death. Shoot. Well, how could this mean anything to me? Temperance. Alchemy of emotion, feeling through emotions, allowance of people being who they are and just being in their presence. All of my life, all of your life, you may have had patterned rejection. So when you get rejected now, it's kind of like, meh, it's not like it's a new thing. It was wounding that got put on you at a very young age and repeated over and over. When you get born with sunshine in your heart, and this as a child that wasn't damaged came through and was Honey Bunch Sunny, announced to everybody that she knew and her family that she was Honey Bunch Sunny and she was here to spread the love. Then you go through life, you get damaged, you get rejection wounding. Oh, so much other wounding. You know, the Eight of Cups, you know, there's heaps of empty cups there and looking out into the distance. Temperance. It's alchemy. It's the emotional pain that each of us have been through in our lives that have made us the people who we are today. And honestly, that's unstoppable. Six of Wands is like moving into calmer waters all the time. High Priestess, bottom of the deck, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you've had fucks like this in your life, or want to be fucks like this, because you're going to be a bit of a money maker. They didn't have to work and stuff, you know. They were just going to siphon in on your energy. Boom. You called all your power back to you. You did soul retrieval. You have just come through as like a healer. When I got my Reiki when I was 18, the lady goes to me, I wouldn't be, you know, I want the money, so I'm going to, you know, give you your healing thing, but because you have the fire burning, I won't give it to you. And I was like, oh, what's the fire burning? But was the fire burning just, you know, extra hurdles thrown into you, you know? I was watching this thing and it was archons, and archons could be seen. And then I did this Abby Normal archon thing today. Listen to her on YouTube. Go get your Reiki course off her. She does it free on YouTube. Even if people don't know how to take your energy, it's not going to change the issue that you're here on a mission and you've got important work to do. Wheel of Fortune, fixed signs, Straight away, Taurus comes up. What are other fixed signs? The fire one, Leo, steady, stable, pretty grounded. I always think of them as reliable. Can't holding you back from moving forward. You're just like, that's enough. That's quite enough. Because you are the Empress. You had a lot of freedom in your life. And you trust yourself. And you're so empathic. You always know when people are being fucked. You know. Yes, you probably wouldn't walk in and go, I know this, to like people who are the knowledge, keep the wisdom. We'll only tell people certain amounts of the wisdom. Because, man, you've been attacked pretty hard by them ever since. And you can see who they are as well, because they're all supporting this narrative of, like, you're getting brought down, blah, blah, blah. Like, man. It's just like when you see who people are and who they actually work for, and are they coming from a heart-centered or are they just egoic? I went through extreme gang stalking. It just happened that God, the divine, my guides, my team was backing me, and going to happen. It was a little bit weird. And I mean, that wasn't the only thing that happened, but that happened after I'd had that interaction with but it's the falsity, it's the fakery, it's why people were like skeptical of good people, because the deception in this inversion, the devil's inversion, with the demonic inversion, it's all like the good looks bad and the bad is like what's popular and what's good, and everybody's like following, and yeah, it's just really, really weird. You're having dreams, kindred spirits, discernment. I think you're being pretty discerning in who you give your energy to these days, and you don't give much of it out anymore, because why should you? And it's like, you know why? You come across these people on the internet and you think, oh yeah, they're probably not good people because they were part of that group. You know, there was another one last year. Like, after all of that, like, oh, don't worry, I got gang stalked for another year. But then I had this other group from America who works with Pfhht. Like, sorry, but you're talking about the Greek pantheon. Like, getting back to this story, he's all about Pfhht, and there was this anxiety feeling that I was getting. It actually leveled me up no end, because it cured anxiety for me. I've actually got to, because what will happen is an energy will come past you and you got to grab it, you got to own it, and you got to make it your own. And we do it because we just assume that's us, that's our mind, that's what's happening. But it's not. Like, I just flung it back. But I didn't realise I was flinging it back to him. I even got on one and said, destiny stopping, if you're messing with anybody, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't realise I was talking to the person who I thought was really cool. I've moved away from my friend group. Like, chosen ones actually get rejected by them, smeared by them, lied on to the good ones, and yeah, the inversion is real. So, and also being in a narcissistic relationship with somebody who just wouldn't love me back, probably paid to hang out with me, you know, like, fuck my life up, like, just make sure there was no joy in it. But I found joy. So we get traumatized. Say, when I was in high school, I got hit by this big kid, like, with a basketball on my head, like the first couple of weeks of being in high school, on the bus. And years afterwards on the bus, I was a dickhead on the bus. I was bullying people. Show us your pink bits, out the window, pummeled with apples and oranges by them because I was yelling out stuff to them and being cheeky. Oh, they got me good. We think, oh, we've been traumatized, so we can do it to others. A chosen one. Well, if you call a chosen one somebody who was visited by demonic forces since a kid, and I'm calling judgment on all the racism. To have people just be racist to you because you're white, it's not right. It's not right. I did something silly actually. I walked into.
But you walk it into a chat room thinking, oh, I'll drop this information here and hopefully someone will resonate with me and I'd like some assistance with. But a room that is 10 toes down in occult knowledge and they want to know why some stupid white chick knows their secrets. Instead of being kind and realizing we are all divided and conquered, and we've all had past lives, and we all know each other from past lives, and this is how I present in this life, and that's how you present in this life. But we've been rolling around this straight for eons, and your racism isn't acceptable, but it exists nonetheless. And you actually full on get attacked by this group. In this lifetime, the group sold your energy to build empires. But actually, they've done that for lifetimes, so I don't know why you walked into this big group thinking you dropped the bombs and people would be like, yeah, you know what we're talking about. Do you know about this and this and this too? Yeah, we're really open and welcoming of other people. No, they're fucking not. You know, you just got to face the truth of crap we've all been to each other and then blaming it on other people. But anyway, I'm moving forward. But for people to get upset about Kali, the deity, and me having a resonance with her for Indians, that is unfair considering this is but one lifetime, but a blink. Everything's so finite for people that want to be divided and controlled. But go ahead, go ahead.
I did a big energy clearing today, and you know what's a big telltale sign of somebody who's invading in your energy? They will contact you within, as soon as they feel that cord getting cut. So I just wanted to do this for all of us right now. Stand in your I am power. Take back all of your power. I take back all of my power, cut any cords of any vampiric energies that are attempting to tap in or attach to my energetic field, cutting the cords of those connections at their point of creation and returning now all this person's energy back to them. So do this for yourself. You might actually find some of us have found that we've been covered in smeared in shit, and we've had people playing up in the astral as if they were you, and they got up to all sorts of mess while they were, in the astral, and it all just got overlooked. There were a lot of karmic energies in place that supported it. This was all in the Piscean Age of Darkness. Golden Age, just try it. That's why it's all coming to light now. That's why we're able to stand in our power and call judgment, because of the imbalance has been so intense that we deserve to be able to do that. Okay, and it's not, that person's trying to play God, that, like really trying to rip into somebody who's already been fucked over enough. Like, already, absolutely. If the balance is like here and here, like this person's is down here, and duality, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. The realm that we live in at the moment, all the inversions are kind of going to have to flip upside down, because they're out of balance is really messing with the universal laws, and we're all subject to universal laws, and they're all coming back into balance. I am so proud of anybody who has persevered through these energies all their life to finally be coming out on the other side. It's time that we band together. It's time that we collaborate and bring forth the future. I am doing Kai crystals. Go to the page and reach out, collaborate. It's time. It's having it be said that I'm not even running a business. I'm not doing anything. I'm like, well, you've got these people shivving you from the side, making sure that just nothing moves forward. Enough is enough. Breaking all karmic contracts, karmic vows, anything that was entered into, agreed, or not even agreed to. Like, just standing up against powers and principalities and saying, it's time to move forward. It's so hard to trust for people who have been through similar situations that I have been through, and they're the only people I'd really want to connect with anyway, because the rest of y'all, oh, I love you far out. Like, if I'm swinging a fake Fendi handbag, how far can I swing it without somebody trying to stab something in my back? You know, like, I'll trust you as far as I can throw you, you know? I refuse to let that interfere with my intuition. Oh my gosh, do you know, I had like such attacks thrown at my crown chakra that I actually felt it like thudding down, and I was like, wow, that, having to come up against that and grow from that, like, the level up's been intense. And you've just got to be grateful to your adversaries, like, really, and say thank you for pushing me to that much growth. Because, man, it was intense, like, really intense. And to have come out stronger, I don't think that was the expectation. But all of you starseeds out there that have, and you have, because I'm seeing you out there, you have just broken all expectations, you know, and they're probably going to keep coming until something really makes them go, whoa, we better just leave these people alone and let them bring in the new earth, because it's time. Like, I wouldn't, like, yeah, you've stood 10 toes down in it for so long, but like, when you know that you're so on the wrong side of what justice is, wouldn't you think you'd be like, oh, back up and try to do the right thing now? Oh no. Oh no. I just haven't seen anyone try to do it. Not at all. I have really had people trying to push my buttons in the last couple of weeks, and it's like, what? I think the expectation is I'm meant to do this now. And look, a young me would have. I'm an old, you know, got to use me bold glamour now because I got wrinkles. Like, this has been going on too long. Warrior, Queen of Swords, like, Queen of Wands. Still with a couple of, you're desperate for any pages you want to send my way, anybody who'd be half interested, you know. Despo over here. Page of Swords. Ace of Wands. Yeah, just send me in anything. Like, seriously, as long as it's a wand. No. Empress energy has been reclaimed. And I'm so proud of all you women that have gotten through this, and all you emperors out there that have gotten through this. And so many of you are seen. And it's like we can't trust it, but we trust it. The quantum realm is just the scientific way to say spiritual. That's all that is, anyway. All right. And I've seen one of the people that I have been supporting silently and doing extra things for really progressing, and like see her blossoming into like nothing that she would know. Like, I'm not openly supporting, you know, but I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing her moving on up. And I just want to say thank you.
Little random acts of kindness are going to change this world. Pay it forward to the people who deserve it. And I mean, let's be real, no one's upset at anybody working their asses off to get to the bag. They deserve what they get and the money that they produce from it. No one's upset about that. It's when you're shitting on people's faces to get it. That's the issue. And that's all, folks. I call all my energies back to me, cleared and restored, and return all your energies and close out this interaction.